So, marami pong mga lumabas sa GenEd. Yun po yung marami yung mga feedback ng mga nag-review sa akin na sa mga videos ko is maraming lumabas sa GenEd yan. So, panoorin niyo yung mga na-post na po natin sa ating Red app. Okay, so let's start. General Education, yan. So ito yung ating ito yung ating TOS, English, Filipino, Mathematics, Science, and Social Science. Okay, number one. Which of the following is a literary work written by Hilda Cordero Fernando? Okay, A. Juan Tamad, B. Maria Makiling, C. May Day Eve, and D. The Butcher, the Baker, the Candlestick Maker. Okay, so number one. Ito ata lumabas September ata to, September 2025. Okay, so number one, which of the following is a literary work written by Hilda Cordero Fernando? A. Juan Tamad. B. Mariam Makiling. Okay, blurred. Sorry. Yan. C. Mayday Eve. And D. The Butcher, the Baker, the Candlestick Maker. Okay. All right. And you are right. Lagyan niyo po yung number ha. Yes, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Okay, yan. So, tawag doon, high yield talaga to. Yan. Okay, so ito nga, sino nga ba? Okay, so pag Mayday Eve, okay, so Mayday Eve, ito, hindi to masyadong lumalabas. Itong si Mayday Eve, kay Nick Joaquin to. Okay, ito yung story ng woman na gusto niyang tignan, yung mukha niya dun sa, nung Eve ng Mayday, para gusto niyang tignan kung sino yung magiging asawa niya. Tapos instead, nakakita siya ng Diablo. Okay. Juan Tamad, this is, hindi rin to high yield, okay, pero kasi huwag tayong masyadong umaasa sa mga actual questions or mga high yield kasi marami at marami pa ring bago. Okay, nung June 2025, ang daming bago. Okay, sa GenEd namin. Okay, tapos ang daming lumabas sa June 2025 SPLE for September at saka November. Okay, so Juan Tamad, Manuel Argilla. Alam na natin to, yung sa story ng Juan Tamad. Si Maria Makiling, wala pong nagsulat. Okay, it was orally how do you call, passed down. All right. Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome po. Okay. Number two. Okay. So actually, this is sa majorship ko po to. Kinasama ko na lang to. He is a German composer and pianist who wrote the 9 symphonies, each one unique and exemplary. A. Mozart, B. Beethoven, C. Pavarotti, and D. Ferenc. Okay. So, abang iniisip nyo, nung kasi meron kasi talaga yung yung andun pa rin kasi yung kaba mo eh. Yan. So, nung pagbasa ko yung tanong na to, hindi ko alam kung ba't ako sigurado na ako, pero ganun talaga yung feeling mo na parang gustong-gusto mong sure. Sure na sure, parang ganun. Alright. Hindi po, Gen Ed po tayo. Okay? Blurred na naman. Okay, yan. Alright. So, kaya sinasabi ko po sa inyo, gamitin nyo po lahat yung nalalaman nyo. Okay? So for example, dito, pinag-isipan ko talaga kung B or C. Okay, ganyan, B or C. Hindi ako mapakali. Yan. So, linaktawan ko muna. Tapos, nung binalikan ko, ay, nako, nag-focus ako dun sa German. Okay, yan. So, yun yung naging clue ko. Okay. All right. And tama. All right. So, the answer here is Beethoven. Okay, yan. So, alam nyo, pinag-isipan ko pa talaga yung Beethoven at saka Pavarotti. Yan. Tapos, nung huminga muna ako ng malalim. Tapos, naisip ko bigla, nung after kong huminga, naisip ko, Italian si Pavarotti. So parang doon ako nakahinga na, ay sure na ako, si Beethoven to. Ganyan. Pero prior to that, alam ko na dapat na si Beethoven kasi may nabasa ako sa Facebook doon kasi mahilig akong mag-member doon sa mga yung mga facts, yung mga ganon. So nakita ko to na alam nyo ba, parang ganon, do you know? Did you know? Mga ganon. Yung Fifth Symphony daw ni Beethoven ay ginagamit for mental problem, parang ganun, mental therapy, ganyan. So, ewan ko ba kung ba't nagdoble-doble pa yung isip ko noon. Okay. So, my point here is, gamitin nyo lahat yung nalalaman nyo, okay, kung para nagkakaroon kayo ng doubt. Okay? So, si Mozart, yan, sa 41 symphonies siya. Si Pavarotti, hindi naman siya composer. He's an Italian opera singer. Okay, yan. Si Ferenc, French siya, Three symphonies naman siya. Okay, number three, Kabuki is known for its elaborate costume, bold makeup, dramatic poses, and inventive stage techniques. It is a traditional form of theater in A, Japan, B, China, C, Egypt, and D, Africa. Ilagay niyo po yung number. So again, Kabuki is known for its elaborate costumes, bold makeup, dramatic poses, and inventive stage techniques. It is a traditional form of theater in A, Japan, B, China, C, Egypt, and D, Africa. So, totoo lang, nung bago-bago ako nagre-review, kabuki, parang naisip ko, siguro sa kakalaro ng mga online games noon, kala ko parang it sounds like a African word, okay? But it is, you are right. The answer here is Japan. Okay, galing nyo. Alright, so ito, yan, so ito siya. Elaborate costume nga. Tingnan nyo yung pagmumukha nila dyan. Yan. Pag sa China naman, Peking Opera. Okay. Sa Egypt naman, ito yung Khayal al-Ziyal. Okay, yan. Pero ginagamit din nila tong Karagos. Okay, so uh, although hindi exclusive ang Karagos sa Egypt. Okay, yan. So it is a shadow play. Pero very popular to sa Egypt. Okay? But Karagos mostly in Turkey. Okay? And then pag sa Africa, halimbawa Nigeria, it is Yoruba opera. Okay, okay. Thank you for reminding me. All right, number four, the hierarchy of needs are five sets of basic needs: physiological, safety, love, esteem, and self-actualization. And was the idea of A. Richard Deck, B. Albert Maslow, C. Frederick Herzberg, and D. Victor Vroom. Okay. So again, the hierarchy of needs are five sets of basic needs. Physically, needs physiological, safety, love, esteem, and self-actualization. And was the idea of A. Richard Deck, B. Albert Maslow, C. Frederick Herzberg, and D. Victor Vroom. Okay. All right. All right. So the answer there is, all right, Albert Maslow. Abraham Maslow? Bigla akong madali pa man din ako mag-gaslight. Wait ha, wait lang ha. Oo, iniisip ko ata si ano, yung nung tinype ko to. Oo, yung ano, yung tallest person in the world, si Albert Maslow. Okay, okay. So, A. Maslow, alright? A. Maslow. Ano ba yan? Alright. Okay, so tingnan natin. Okay, so ang hierarchy of needs, ito yung mga nag-start siya sa physiological. Okay, so ito yung mga kailangan mong mga ma-meet, okay, para magkaroon ka ng motivation. Alright? Okay. So ito naman si Richard Ryan and Edward Deci. Okay, so ito naman yung self-determination theory. Okay, ito naman yung 'di ba ang hierarchy of needs is from physiological hanggang pataas, 'di ba? Yan, hanggang self-actualization. Ito naman kay self-determination theory, ito naman yung mga psychological needs. Okay? Para na kailangang mas sa Ilocano bigla. Na kailangang ma-answeran ba, masagot para magkaroon ng motivation. This is autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Don't worry na ano ko na po to, okay? Kung tingnan niyo yung mga previous prof ed, ano ko na discuss ko na po to. All right? So two-factor theory naman kay Herzberg. Okay? Although hindi masyado lumalabas to, okay? So two-factor theory, ano ba 'yon? Okay, pero hindi porque hindi lumalabas, guys, i-ignore nyo na, okay? Kasi sa prof ed, ang dami talagang bago. All right? Okay, so two-factor theory kasi motivation yung una, tapos yung motivation tapos hygiene. Okay, so ito yung ano ba yung mga hygiene. Ito yung mga pagwala sila is it will cause dissatisfaction. Okay, so saan ba? Salary, job security, working conditions. Okay, so this is about the workplace. Okay, and then ito naman yung motivators. Okay, ito yung tawag doon, pag meron sila, is nagkakaroon ng increased satisfaction. Okay? For example, recognition, achievement, alright? Ito, na-discuss ko to in details din to. Okay? So, Victor Vroom, expectancy theory. Lumalabas din po to sa Prof. Ed. Okay, yan. So, ito yung sa expectancy, and kapag 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 nag-expect ka, okay, na magkaroon ng magandang performance, Okay, so of course, you will put more effort. Okay, yan. Instrumentality, ito naman yung pag maganda yung performance, magkakaroon ka ng reward. That's instrumentality. Tapos yung valence, ito yung ma-appreciate mo yung reward. Okay. Number 5. The Philippines is prone to volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunami. Which agency is mandated to mitigate disasters that may arise? A, ND, RRMC, B, FUIVOC, C, Pag-asa, and D, Pag-ibig. Sa major ship po to lumabas last time. Dinagdag ko na lang dito. Kasi marami pong mga naka-enroll sa akin sa major ship. Okay, yan. Alright. So marami pong nagkamali dito kasi hindi nung nagre-review kami, hindi ang lagi lang nababanggit doon is eto. Okay, yan. Tapos tingnan niyo naman kasi volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunami, 'di ba? Ito yung mga disasters, yung natural disasters to, 'di ba? So, tingnan niyo, sabi ko eh. All right. So the answer here is FIVOX. Okay? Pero naiintindihan ko yung mga sumagot ng NDRRMC. Okay? Kasi nga, 'di ba, volcanic eruption, earthquake, and tsunami, lalo noon na ang laging lumalabas is yung NDRRMC, hindi naman lumabas ang FIVOX. Okay? Pero pala, pag mga geotectonic, okay, like volcanic eruption, mga earthquake, and of course tsunami kasi earthquake causes tsunami, okay, it is FIVOX pala, exclusive sa FIVOX siya. Okay, pero tignan nyo ha guys, ang lumabas nung September ata yon or March 2026 is Pag-asa naman. Okay, that is why it's very important na pag nagra-rationalize yung mga coaches nyo, makinig po kayo, okay? Wag lang yung nakita nyo yung sagot dito, hindi na. Kasi, yan. So, pero at least yung Pag-asa, alam na natin to. 'Di ba? So, ito daw yung lumabas nung last time. March ata yun or November or September 2026, okay? O September 2025. Okay, so Pag-asa. Pero madali nga lang Pag-asa kasi sa weather naman po siya. Okay. Alright, ito, okay, yan. So, NDRRMC, lahat ng disasters, okay, yan, including typhoon, yan. Okay, so, para ma-mitigate, alright. Ang Pag-asa, sabi ko nga, it is, so weather, okay, yan, climatic conditions. Ang Pag-ibig, ay, to be honest, ngayon ko lang nalaman kung ano yung, ano, ng saan, what does Pag-ibig stand for. So, pagtutulungan sa kinabukasan, ikaw, bangko, industriya at gobyerno pala yung Pag-ibig. Okay, Pag-ibig yan ang wala ka. Number 6, what is the richest city in the Philippines? K.A. Rizal, B. Cebu, C. Candon, and D. Bayombong. Okay, so to be honest, hindi ko na maalala yung ibang options dito. Pero maalala ko lang yung isinagot ko, which is tama naman. Okay, so what is the richest city in the Philippines? A. Rizal, B. Cebu, C. Candon, and B. D. Bayombong. Okay, yan. Pero, ma-obvious mo din kasi kahit paano, okay? Basing sa ano, para maalala ko merong Rizal dun sa option, okay? Alright, so B, 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 and tama po kayo dyan. The answer there is Cebu. Okay, so maalala ko din nung pinost ko po to as a question of the day, nabash din po ako kasi syempre lalo yung mga yung mga hindi nagre-review sa LET. Kasi alam naman natin Cebu is not really the richest city in the Philippines now. Okay, so for many years ang nakahawak po niyan ay sinong may alam? Okay, ano yung richest city in the Philippines? Yan. It's not actually Cebu. Okay, baka may alam. Okay. What is it? Yan, it is in NCR. Yan, nagbigay na po ako ng clue. Ano yung richest city in the Philippines? It is in NCR. Okay. Okay, tama. Alright, it is in Quezon. Okay, Quezon City po. Kaya lang kasi, nagets ko na nung nag-take na ako ng LED. It's not actually kung ano yung perfect na sagot or yung absolute, okay? Wala nga doon yung Quezon City. Anong gagawin mo pag pipilta mo, hindi ka sumagot? 'Di ba? Yan. So, syempre nakita mo, uy, parang ito. Kasi nung tinignan ko yung tanong na to, alam ko na Quezon City yung richest, 'di ba? Pero wala kang Quezon City, 'di ba? So, parang naalala ko yung Cebu province is one of the richest cities. So sabi ko, oh, baka Cebu na to kasi makikita mo din sa option na talagang hindi naman yung iba. Okay? So the answer there would be Cebu. So ito nung kwento ko lang, yung point ng mga nagbabasya sa akin is parang sa tanong ko daw na to, tapos Cebu yung sagot ko, is parang ibinasura daw natin yung 4 years na pag-aaral natin. Hindi naman yun yung point. Okay, di ba? Hindi porke wala yung Quezon City, anong gagawin mo, 'di ba? Parang sa totoong buhay lang 'yan. Kung hindi hindi pwede yung alam mo, okay, then you try to adjust. Okay? All right, number 7, which peninsula located south of mainland Ukraine on the Black Sea and historically part of it is the territory Russia and Ukraine are currently fighting over? A. Crimea, B. Bakhmut, C. Eastern Ukraine, and D. St. Petersburg. So, ito din yung natatawa ko sa tanong na to kasi hindi ko expect na lalabas pa. Kasi parang pinaglalaroan lang namin nun kasi nung time na nagre-review kami is ano, ito yung nangyayari yung war, okay? So ano yung ano, ganyan. Tapos kalain nyo lumabas. Kaya napaka-importante din po na updated kayo sa current, okay? Alright, malabo. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, okay na ba? Okay na? Alright, so tama. Okay, so it is Crimea. Right, it is Crimea. Tama. Okay, ilagay nyo pa yung number ha. Okay, yan, Crimea. So, ang Crimea, etong si Khrushchev, si Khrushchev kasi, siya yung, isa siya, one na naging leader ng USSR at that time. Okay, yan. So, transfer niya yung Crimea sa Ukraine, ganyan. And then, nung 1990s, is biglang inanex ni Putin sa sa Russia. So ayun, nag-away-away na sila. All right. Number 8. Ito, lumabas ito nung time namin June 2025 tapos nung September 2025 lumabas din po. In his final poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, which line did Jose Rizal specifically dedicate to his wife Josephine? A. Adios dulce extranjera, mi amiga, mi alegria. B. N. Campos de Batala, luchando con delirio. Si Josephine Quentevera as este instante de agonia, and di morir es descansar, milira no te quejes. Okay. Ilagay niyo po yung number. So ito din, pinalabas ko po to nung, di ba, nag-take nga ako ng June 2025. So, I started making videos around July. Yan. Tapos, nung September 2026, lumabas po to. Okay. Pero, yung sagot is nasa letter D. Okay. Yan. So, let's reveal muna the answer. Letter C kasi andun yung name. Okay. And the answer here is, tignan ko nga. Okay. So, the answer here is, tama, sweet stranger. Yes. It is letter A. Adios, dulce extranjera. Dito pa lang, tignan nyo dyan, oh. Extranjera, 'di ba? Stranger, okay? Mi amiga, my friend, mi alegria, my joy. Okay? So makwento ko lang ha, kasi ganito talaga yung thinking nating mga naglelet. So sabi ko nga, ginawa ko tong tanong na to nung before September 2025 kasi nga po lumabas nung June 2025. Yan. Tapos, lumabas to nung September 2025. So, nung may nakakita, okay, or pinost ko na ulit tong video na to, ang daming nagagalit kasi letter A itong adios. So, galit na galit yung iba, letter D daw yung sagot. And then, somebody cleared up na, oo, letter D yung sagot, pero ang ano din is adios dulce extranjera. Ibig sabihin lang po is, etong sagot na adios dulce nasa letter D. Okay? So, yan yung ano natin na strange yan ako sa mga nag-comment kasi bakit hindi ba nila nakikita na iba yung word na andun sa letter D, 'di ba? Iba yung mga words doon, iba yung statement. Okay, yan. So nag-base na lang sila dun sa sa letter, okay? Yan. Number 9, what is the poorest province in the Philippines? A. Barm, B. Ifugao, C. Zamboanga, and D. Ilocos Sur. Isa pa to. Okay, yan. So lumabas po ito nung June 2025. Okay, so what is the poorest province in the Philippines? A. Barm, B. Ifugao, C. Zamboanga, and D. Ilocos Sur. Okay, so hindi ko maalala yung dalawang pero maalala ko po ay yung ibang options. Pero maalala ko tong dalawang option din na to na andun, na pinagpilian ko. And that is why sinasabi ko nga, napaka-importante talaga yung critical thinking. Okay? So, C, tapos D, okay? All right. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. Right? So the answer there is Zamboanga. Okay, Zamboanga. Okay, so ganito to. Pinag-isipan ko yung Zamboanga at saka BARM. Okay, nung nag-exam ako. And then, nung tinignan ko, Puras province. And I know BARM is not a province. 'Di ba? It is a region. So, of course, pumunta ka na sa next na best answer kasi alam mo na BARM, yung dalawa kasing option, halata na hindi yun yung sagot nun. Okay, so alisin mo na yung BARM kasi it's a region. So, yun yung sinasabi ko na use your critical thinking, use your coconut shell. Alright? Buti na lang, ma'am. Hindi ang Ifugao. O, di ba? Yes. Okay, linagay ko lang yan dyan kasi alam nating taga dyan tayo. Alright. Kasi ang poorest province po talaga is Lanao del Sur, which is located sa BARM. Okay? Pero wala nga ang Lanao del Sur dyan. Anong magagawa natin? Okay, yan. So, pero pag ang hinanap dyan ay poorest region, of course, BARM. Okay, and then, yung pinost ko din po, na may nag-clarify din po, mabait din sabi niya na, Ma'am, wala naman pong Zamboanga eh. Sabi niya, wala daw province na Zamboanga kasi it's either Zamboanga del Sur or Zamboanga del Norte. Pero in-explain ko na sa let is hindi nga nakalagay dyan kung del Sur or del Norte, basta Zamboanga. Okay, yan. Okay, so yan yung mga kailangan nating tanggapin sa let. Okay, na hindi perfect. Okay? Alright, stock knowledge naman tayo. Okay, so dahil poorest yung ano natin, yan. So, which Philippine government agency is primarily responsible for collecting, compiling, and releasing official poverty statistics, including poverty incidence and threshold? NEDA ba yan or PSA? Okay, ano na naman? Blur na naman. Okay, NEDA ba yan or PSA? Dito po ako nagle-live lagi. Dito po ako sa Niknok. Dito po. Pero nagpapa-free Macboard po ako sa Blue App. So message po kayo sa Blue App. Pag mag-message po kayo sa dito para magtanong kung paano sa Macboard, hindi na po ako sasagot kasi nakakapagod na. Lagi kong sinasabi sa Blue App po. Bakit? Kasi doon po yung GC. Okay, yan. At saka ayoko pong nagsesend ng link ng GC dito sa Niknok na link ng Blue App. Okay? Kasi nakakaano po yun. Pwede po akong ma-RR pag ganon. Alright. Okay, so tama po kayo dyan. It is PSA, the Philippine Statistic Authority. Kasi ang NEDA, it is more on sa national economy naman, yung progress. Okay, kaya nga 'di ba, yun yung sinabihan tayo na pwede yung magkano na yung 15 pesos ba yun yung NEDA? Sana all. All right. Number 10, which of the following is not a natural wonder and not a man-made structure? A, Great Wall of China, B, Pyramids of Giza, C, Amazon Rainforest, and D, Eiffel Tower. So, September 2026, 2025 ata lumabas to. Okay, so again, number 10, which of the following is a natural wonder and not a man-made structure? A, Great Wall of China, B, Pyramids of Giza, C, Amazon Rainforest, and D, Eiffel Tower. Pwedeng pakilagay po yung number nung sinasagot nyo para alam ko po kung naglalag kayo or ano. Okay, I'll just finish it. Okay, let me eat. Just a little bit. Are you so hungry? Okay, you start. Sige, sige na anak kasi baka very hungry. Sige, you can eat na. Alright. Tama. Okay, so the answer there, Ray, of course, kasi man-made. Okay, man-made not man-made yung Amazon. Okay, and it is also the largest tropical rainforest. Hindi na kailangang explain pa yan. Number 11, yes, believe me. Okay, ito naman lumabas nung November 2025. Okay, yan. So, alain nyo pang majorship, pang Soksay majorship. Okay, so which of the following situations best illustrates the Malthusian theory of population? A country introduces free education and health services leading to a steady decline in birth rates over the next decade. B, a farming community experiences a rapid population growth while food production remains limited, resulting in widespread hunger and competition for resources. C, a technologically advanced nation increases its agricultural yield through genetically modified crops and machineries. D, a government passes a policy encouraging families to have at least 2 children to address a shrinking labor force. Okay. Yan. So, akalain nyo, lumabas pa to sa Gen Ed. Yan. So, sabi nung isang nagre-review sa akin na English major, Ma'am, alam nyo ba sa Gen Ed may lumabas na Malthusian theory? Sabi, buti na lang, pinanood ko yung video mo noon, sabi niya. Okay. So, ang sagot natin dyan ay B, 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 B. Tama naman po kayo dyan. The answer is letter B. Ayan. So, i-binge watch nyo pa yung mga videos ko sa ating Red App. Okay, so alam naman natin yung Malthusian theory. Okay, ito yung population theory ni Thomas Robert Malthus. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi niya na yung population nagro-grow yan exponentially. Okay, for example, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, ganun. Pero yung food, 'di ba? It's arithmetically lang, okay? Constant lang siya, okay? Yung exponentially is parang by percentage. Okay, 'yan. Kaya of course nagkakaroon ng scarcity. Oh, ito, lumabas nung time namin, June 2025, 4 out of 5 offices have air conditioners. If there are 10,000 offices that have air conditioners, how many offices do not have a 9,000 B75 to 2,500 and D 2,000? Okay, so ito, yung sa math namin no, nung June 2025 SPLE, ginamitan ko na lang talaga siya ng common sense. Okay. Again, number 12, 4 out of 5 offices have air conditioners. If there are 10,000 offices that have air conditioners, how many offices do not have a 9,000 B, 7,500 C, 2,500 and D, 2,000? Ayon, dahil math, biglang nagkomatos kayong lahat. Okay, humula na lang po kayo. Aba, ayaw na natin? Okay, ayaw na natin. Ayan, so, D, A, sabi niya. Okay. Parang maalala ko na ito talaga yung mga exact na na lumabas na options. Okay, yan. Kasi maalala ko yung sagot ng isang friend ko was 2,000. Okay, medyo nahilo na, 'di ba? Oh, 'di ba? Na ano na siya, 'di ba? Parang na-shock na tayo All right. So ito, the answer there is 2,500. So sabi ko nga ginawan ko yan ginamit ko na lang yung yung natirang common sense ko. Kasi sabi niya, 4 out of 5 offices. Ibig sabihin, 1 yung wala, okay? Tapos, 4 yung meron. Okay, ganyan. So, 4, kung sa option, sa ratio and proportion is 1:4 is equals to X is to 10,000. Yan, ginanon ko siya. Yan, to. So, ayan, so 4x to 10,000. Okay, so i-divide mo yung, para makuha mo yung x, i-divide mo yung 10,000 divided by 4, makuha natin yung 2,500. Okay, yan. Alright. Number 13, the last leader of the Soviet Union from 1985 to the country's dissolution in 1991, a Stalin, B. Andropov, si Chernenko, and D. Gorbachev. Okay, kahinaan ko talaga yan, ma'am. Oh, lorem ipsum, hindi pag-ibig ang kahinaan mo. Math talaga. Ayan, so the last leader of the Soviet Union from 1985 to the country's dissolution in 1991, A. Stalin, B. Andropov, C. Chernenko, and D. Gorbachev. Okay? Para sa akin, siya yung favorite ko na Russian leader. Okay. So, A, D, 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 sabi nila. Okay, A, D, D, D. Alright? So, the answer here is, so tingnan nyo, tumitingin ako sa phone kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng hindi ko nakita yung iba na nagko-comment. So at least sa phone nakikita ko. All right, tama po. Most of you nakuha. Okay, it is Gorbachev. Okay, yan. So dahil ito, isiningit ko na lang po to yung tanong na to. Okay, yan. So this is Soksay Majorship, okay na tanong. Pero isiningit ko na lang din. Okay, kasi hindi natin alam baka lumabas sa Gen Ed. What was the name of the policy introduced by Mikhail Gorbachev in the mid-1980s that aimed to restructure and reform the Soviet Union's political and economic system? Okay? Perestroika po ba yun or glasnost? Okay. High yield po to. Okay, sa Soksay. Okay, nag-ano na siya. Mm-hmm. What was the name of the policy introduced by Mikhail Gorbachev in the mid-1980s that aimed to restructure? Yun na po yun, actually, restructure and reform the Soviet Union's political and economic system. Red po ba yun na perestroika or blue na glasnost? Okay. So, glasnost, perestroika po ata. Blue, alright. Okay, so mas marami kayo ang glasnost. Okay, perestructuring. Yan. Yan. So ito yung aking ano dati mnemonics, perestructuring. Okay, so the answer there is perestroika. Kasi ang glasnost, okay, ang ano ko dito is yung O means openness. Okay, yan. So kung ang perestroika, okay, is ayusin nila yung mga sistema nila sa government. At ito namang glasnost naman is magiging open sila sa mga criticisms. Okay, yan. Number 14, according to the theory of evolution, what mechanism explains how organisms with favorable traits survive and reproduce more successfully than others? A. Adaptation, B. Mutation, C. Natural selection, and D. Genetic drift. Okay. Again, 14. Gutom na ako, naamoy ko yung sinigang. According to the theory of evolution, what mechanism explains how organisms with favorable traits survive and reproduce more successful than others? A. Adaptation, B. Mutation, C. Natural selection, and D. Genetic drift. Dalawa lang naman yung pwede yung kabudolan dyan eh. Okay. Pero walang nabudol. Kayo na. Walang nabudol. Ayan, so dahil dumadami na po kayo, so if you want to do free mock boards, mag-message lang po kayo. Okay? Pero hindi porke free, ay pwede na po kayong tumambay doon. Okay? Tinatanggal ko po yung hindi sumasagot sa ating pa-free mock. Kasi iniisip ko, anong ginagawa nila doon? Okay? Eh, usop man din yung nagnanako ng materials. Kaya tinatanggal ko. Alright, and tama po kayo dyan. The answer there is natural selection. Okay, natural in a way na kung sino yung mas malakas, kung sino yung mas nakaka-adapt, sila yung nabubuhay. Okay, and then sino yung mga weak, sila yung nawawala. Malamang talaga. That's the natural, that's how nature works. Okay, so tingnan natin. Alright, so adaptation of course. So ito yung sino yung mga nag-propose, si Charles Darwin pa rin, tsaka si Alfred Wallace. Okay, so ito yung mga trait na adaptation. Ang nangyari dito is may mga traits na lumalabas para mag-adapt yung isang creature talaga, no? Organism sa kanyang environment for it to survive. Okay, so for example, yung polar bear, yung thick fur niya. Okay, ganyan. All right. Okay? Pwede din yung sinasabi nila, yung mga ano daw, yung mga samuro ami daw, meron daw silang ano sa ears. Yan yung nabasa ko eh, yan. And then narinig ko din yung mga nasa Himalayan, yun sa Himalayas, sa Nepal is meron din adaptation daw yung lungs nila. All right, ang mutation nag-mutate. Okay, so the father of um theory of mutation is Hugo de Vries. Okay, so siya yung nag-propose nito. Okay, so ito yung nagkakaroon ng random change sa DNA. Okay, yan. Alright, so for example niyan, sabi niya, mutation in moth genes, okay, causes it to have darker wings. Okay, bakit? Para hindi sila nakikita ng mga birds. Okay, nakakumakain sila. Kain nila. Okay, so kung ang natural selection is nagkakaroon ng favorable traits para makasurvive, yung genetic drift naman, ito yung walang, how do you call that? Walang, ano ba yung ibig kong sabihin dito? Hindi ba nag-adapt, okay? Basta-basta na lang nagkaroon ng changes na random. Okay, ganyan. So, ang example niyan is, halimbawa, mamaya ipapalabas ko yan. Okay, yan. Mamaya, ano ko. Kaya hindi ko na muna sabihin ko yan. Basta ang genetic drift is random po yan. Okay, pero yung natural selection is dahil nagkaroon ng adaptation na of course it's either nakuha sa mutation or adaptation is sila ang nagso-survive. Yun, kabaliktaran naman yung genetic drift. Okay. Yan. Okay. Yan. Yuhu, iba-iba yung focus. Okay. All right. Alright, ito naman. Lumalabas din po talaga to. Which book written by English naturalist Charles Darwin outlined his theory of natural selection? Okay, so read ba yan na Descent of Man and Selection in Relation to Sex or On the Origin of Species? Okay, so lumalabas po talaga to. Okay, yuhu! So, alright. So, kung batak kayo sa review, alam nyo na lumalabas po to sa Gen Ed. Alright, so blue, 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 blue. Totoo ba yan? Alright, and of course, the answer there is tama. Okay, so blue on the origin of species. So, doon niya in-examine niya yung mga different plants, mga ganun sa South America and Pacific Islands. Okay, etong ano naman, that says the descent of man and selection in relation to sex. Ito naman, sa kanya din pa rin to. Kay Charles Darwin pa rin to. Okay, yan. Pero, ang hinahanap kasi natin is a theory of natural selection. Okay. Next, ito naman, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. After a sudden typhoon, a large portion of a small island's lizard population dies randomly. Sabi niya, the surviving lizards happen to share similar traits, which later become common in the population. This situation best illustrates which process. Okay, genetic drift ba yan or adaptation? Okay, so after a sudden typhoon, a large portion of a small island's lizard population dies randomly. Okay, so the surviving lizard happens to share similar traits. Okay, happens lang naman. Which later become common in the population. This situation best illustrates which process. Okay, so red ba yan or blue? Okay. So, was there an adaptation? May nakikita ba kayo dyan ng adaptation na nangyari or it was just a genetic drift? Okay. So, red, 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 red. Okay, how about the others? Ano yung sagot nyo dyan? Ref o ref. Ref po tayo dyan. Sabi ni Lorem Ipsum, na typo lang ako doon. Okay. Ayan, dumadami na po tayo. So, free Macboards pa tayo. Mag-message lang po kayo sa Blue Up. Blue Up, Blue Up, Blue Up. Type po. Yes, I know po. Alright, tama po kayo doon. Kasi nabanggit na nga dyan. Okay? Na random. It happens lang na nagkaroon sila ng similar traits. So, random lang po yan. Okay? It was not due to adaptation. And of course, the answer there is genetic drift. Alright, number 15. Sa pangunguna ni Gat Andres Bonifacio, anong ginagawa ng mga Katipunero bilang pagpapakita ng kanilang pagtuligsa sa pamamahala ng mga Kastila sa ating bansa? A. Sumunod sa batas ng Kastila. B. Pinunit ang sedula. C. Nagdiwang sa simbahan. And D. Itinatag ang paaralan. Okay. So, kung bakit din arbitrary ang tanong ng mga tanongs, mga questions sa LED, So, i-reveal muna natin yung answer dito and then i-ano ko. Kaya yung sinasabi, magmula nang start akong nag-coach, wag po kayong umasa sa mga actual questions lang. Okay? So, you read deeply kung pwede. Okay, yan. Alright, so 15 daw ay letter B. Okay, how about the others? Ayaw nyo na bang sumagot? Nagsawa na ba kayo? Patap-tap naman yung ating live. Okay, B. Patap-tap naman guys. Yan, kasi ang tagal nating makakakuha ng mga ano. Alright. Okay, so tama po kayo dyan. The answer there is letter B. Pinunit ang sedula. Of course, yan. Okay, ang lumabas nung March 2026, nabaliktad naman to. Okay, sabi niya, ano yung basta something, pinalabas ko din po to yung question na yon. Okay, tingnan nyo na lang yung sa red up natin yung nakalagay na actual questions March 2026. Okay, yan. So, ang tinanong naman doon is, ano yung gustong isignify nung pagpunit nung sedula? And of course, the answer there is pagtuligsa or something like that. Okay, basta tipong how do you call that? Rine-rebuke natin, okay, yung pamamahala ng Spain. Okay. Alright. Alright, so ito naman. Okay, so the cedula was a personal tax document introduced by the Spanish colonial government that replaced the bandala system ba yan or tributary system. Okay, so nagkaroon po, okay, ng cedula instead of this one. Okay. Yan. So, instead na ito, ang ano, ay nagkaroon na lang ng sedula. Okay. Alright. Is it red or blue? Ganun lang po. Pwede yung bandala or TS, mga ganun, di ba? Alright. Tributary, tributary. Talaga ba? Okay, very good kayo dyan. The answer there is tributary. Okay, kasi yung tributary system was a kind of tax system at the time, di ba? And it's either cash, in cash or in kind, di ba? So instead of nagbibigay ng ano na sa as a tax is magbabayad ka na lang ng sedula. Okay, yan. Tributo, tama. Okay, and alam naman natin yung bandala system is forced, ano, bandala system. Bandala system. Ito yung nagbibigay ka ng ano, 'di ba? Nagbibigay ka ng binebenta mo sa kanila, okay, yung mga produce mo in a very 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 low price. All right. Number 16, which traditional Filipino form of shadow puppet theater uses cut out figures illuminated behind the screen to tell stories ay Mora Mora, Bisenaculo, si Carillo, and Di Duplo. Okay, so lumabas ata to nung September ata yun or March 2026. Okay. Yan. So ito, actually hindi ko alam to, okay, nung sinabi sa akin. Hindi ko ano, pero basing din naman doon sa mga ano, kaya sa mga options, pwede mo rin namang mo surmise kung ano yung sagot. Okay? So yun naman yung kagandahan pag well ano ka talaga, well reviewed ka. Okay, well reviewed daw. Okay, lagyan niyo pa yung number. Okay, C, A, C, C, C. Okay. So, at least ako, inamin ko, nung lumabas to, hindi ko talaga alam. Okay, yan. Pero, syempre, pag ninignan ko yan, Moro-Moro, Senaculo, Carilo, Duplo, ay alam ko na agad yung sagot dyan. Alright. And of course, tama po kayo. It is Carillo, okay, or Carilo, okay? It's a shadow puppetry. Kasi ang Moro-Moro, di ba, ito yung theater, okay, or street play or stage play kung saan nade-depict yung labanan ng between Moro-Moro and Christian, okay? Cenaculo, ito naman yung Passion of Christ, yung life and death of Christ. And of course, ito yung Duplo, ito yung parang nagdi-debate talaga. Nagdi-debate during lamay. Okay, yan. So, this is parang light-hearted lang ba na na debate tong Duplo, okay? Kasi ang aim niya is to pasayahin yung mga namatayan. Okay. Number 17, who served as the head of the Philippine Executive Commission, the Japanese established puppet government during the early years of the Japanese occupation. A. Jose P. Laurel, George B. Vargas, C. Manuel L. Quezon, and D. Sergio Osmeña. Ito talaga, every time na natatanong to, maraming nagkakamali. Okay? Pila tayo. 17A. Okay, pila. Ayan. So, dumadami na pa tayo. So, message lang po kayo sa blue app ko if you want to do mock boards. Ang ating free live is TTHS. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 9 o'clock. Okay? Dito sa TikTok. Okay, yan. Marami na po tayong mga videos sa YT. Gurography din po. Hanapin nyo lang. Mag-subscribe na lang din po kayo. Since free, all I'm asking is subscribe and like na rin. At mag-message na rin po. Okay, blurry po. Malabo po. Malabo parang relasyon. Okay, sabi ko na nga ba eh. 'Di ba? Tingnan niyo 'yan, guys. Philippine Executive Commission. Okay, ano ba yung na-lead ni Jose Laurel? Was it Philippine Executive Commission or yung Second Republic kay Jose P. Laurel? Okay, di walang tumama. Di ba? Pila tayo. Sunod-sunod tayo. Okay? Yan. Alright, so ang sagot po niyan ay Jose B. Vargas. Okay, so ito yung muna yung parang temporary na government muna, okay, na in-establish pagkakuha ng Japanese, ng Pilipinas at that time, okay? Bago nagkaroon ng Second Republic or the so-called Puppet Republic, which was led by Jose P. Laurel. Okay, now we know. Okay, yes, now we know. Di ba? Tama din naman, di ba? Nagkamali ako dito, okay lang, di ba? At least nalaman na natin, di ba? Totoo yun. Okay. Number 18, arrange the following presidents in the correct chronological order of service. Quezon, Laurel, Rojas, Quirino, at Aguinaldo. Okay, A, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 1, 5, 3, 2, 4. C, 5, 2, 1, 4, 3. And C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yan. So ito talaga, minemorize ko talaga yung ano, yung mga presidents dito. Okay, pero yung ano ko naman, yung mnemonics ko naman kasi madali lang. Okay. Yan. So, tama, of course. Alisin nyo na yung B and D kasi nauna si Aguinaldo, okay? Yan. So, magkakagulo na lang tayo kay Quezon at saka Laurel, alright? Dito ata yung may isang nawawala. Yan. Alright, ilagay nyo po yung number, please, para alam ko po kung naglalag po yung aking live or ano. Alright. Okay, so of course, the answer there is letter A. Okay, tama. Alright, so ito yung aking, yan. So lumalabas din po kasi to. Okay, so Aklor, Queer MGM, Mare Arak DM. Okay, ito yung gawa-gawa ko lang. Alright. So ito din, kailangan nyo din, especially sa Soksay Majorship, kailangan nyo ma-memorize to. So, First Republic, of course, si Emilio Aguinaldo lang yan. And then Commonwealth, or the second, Commonwealth Republic yan, dapat yan. Okay, so Manuel L. Quezon. Jose P. Laurel, ito yung Second Republic. Okay, tapos si Sergio Osmeña. Okay, yan. And then, si Manuel Rojas kasi, half-half kasi siya dito. Okay, yan. So, yan. So, si Manuel Rojas, nung bumalik yung Americans, 'di ba? Naging siya yung first, ito lumalabas din po kasi to, siya yung first president ng Third Republic. Fourth Republic, of course, this is also sa Soksay Majorship, ito yung called New Society. Kaya yan, bagong lipunan naman kaya ano. Kaya pala bagong lipunan kay incumbent president ngayon kasi New Society yung sa tatay niya before. And then ito yung Fifth Republic. 19. What is the term for the natural environment where an organism normally lives and grows? Okay, A, niche, B, habitat, C, biome, and D, ecosystem. Okay, so ito din yung mga ano, concepts na kailangan yung ma-master. Okay, so again, what is the parang dito nawawala. Never tong nawala. Salet. What is the term for the natural environment where an organism normally lives and grows? A, niche, B, habitat, C, biome, and D, ecosystem. May magkakamali pa ba dito? Okay. Ano nyo guys, please ilagay nyo po yung number, please. Okay? Okay, ayan. So, of course, yes. So, the answer there is walang nagkamali. Alright? So, the answer there is habitat. Okay, yan. Lumalabas din po yung niche, guys. Okay? So, ito yung niche. Ito yung ano, ito yung function. Okay? Ito yung function ng isang organism. Okay? So, for example, sabi niya, a bee's niche is pollinating flowers. Lumalabas din po to, okay, sa GenEd. Alright? Ito yung biome. Ito yung mga, ano, di ba, yung na nakakategorize into tropical rainforest, desert, grassland, tundra, okay, yan. Taiga, okay, yan. Ito yung mga ano, ito yung mga regions, okay, na categorize basing dun sa similar climate at saka yung mga plants and animals na nagso-survive doon, okay? And then yung ecosystem, lumalabas din po to, gasgas na gasgas sa GenEd, ito yung interaction nung organisms at saka yung physical environment nila. Okay, so for example, 'di ba? Ano ba yung mga creatures or yung mga living organism? Plants, animals. Ano ba yung mga physical environment? Water, soil, air, mga ganon, okay? Number 20, lumabas to nung March 2020, March. Ah, March March 2025, okay? So what important invention is credited to Michael Faraday for demonstrating how electrical energy can be converted into mechanical motion? A, light bulb, B, telegraph, C, electric motor, and D, dynamo. Okay, so ito din yung mga tipong mga tanong talaga na bago. Okay, so nung March, bago talaga to. Okay, yan. Kaya always be ready kasi maraming bago. Especially nung time namin, June 2025, ang hirap ng Gen Ed namin. Ang daming bago. Alright? And blurry. Sorry. Okay. Alright. So, ano yung sagot po natin? C, 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 C. O, diba? Naging gas-gas na tanong na to, ano? Alright. And tama po kayo dyan. Alright. So, the answer there is electric motor. Okay, so Michael Faraday. Kaya itong si dynamo, kay ano din to? Kay Michael Faraday din. Okay, so this refers to the electric generator. Okay, so tong si telegraph, okay, so kung sa idea lang ng telegraph, okay, is ang nagpauso is si Samuel Morse at saka si Alfred Vail. Pero yung nag-develop talaga ng telegraph system is si Father Gill at Cook and Sir Charles Wheatstone. Okay, and light bulb, alam na natin yan, Thomas Edison. Okay, alright. So, agyamanak, salamat. Salamat kayo. Thank you. Salamat idayuan namin. Syukran. And, okay, maraming salamat po. Blurry na naman. Okay. Alright, so maraming salamat po. So, abangan nyo po ulit sa Tuesday. Yan. So, sabi ko ba nga, Macboard, daily yan. So, message lang po kayo sa Blue App. Pwede ko pa kayong ipasok sa ating GC. Okay, ang ating live is TTHS. Ayan. And, if you want yung maraming mga na-miss nyo ng video, especially kung bago kayo, punta po kayo, Gurography din po yung name ko. Same lang po yan. So, Gurography, puntahan nyo po sa Red App. Okay, agyaman. Okay, and bye-bye guys. Gutom na ako, kakain ako ng sinigang. Okay, agyaman na. Salamat.